Hello, everybody. This is probably the last Mug on the Mountain, and we are the hosts, co-hosts, Dre, and
Free.
so today we're going to be talking about graduation, commencement, all of the above. And we're going to talk about our experiences and pretty much our journeys after Pikes Peak and everything else. We have questions and we're going to answer full transparency in detail. The first question we have is why it's important to celebrate yourself and anxiety on what's next. You want to go first?
Yeah. Yes. So it's important to celebrate yourself because you're an amazing person, and this is a big feat. I mean, not a lot of people get to have a graduation or a celebration of their accomplishments, and you've done something amazing by graduating. And so it's a lot of fun you've done something so big and it's such a great accomplishment. So you should celebrate yourself for that.
All right. So, why is it important to celebrate yourself? One, if you made it this far, you didn't give up, you didn't quit. It's easy to quit, and you should be proud of yourself. You should acknowledge that this is a part of your journey that you succeeded in, regardless if it's a certificate, regardless if it's a associate's or even a bachelor's. Um, and I mean, you're always gonna have anxiety too. I mean, but you have to fight it. It's hard, whether that's helping with your mental, going to the gym, going to counseling, going to therapists. Like you have to fight your mental to be at the best that you can be for yourself, first and foremost. Um, ah, how was the driving experience compared to an actual graduation?
Yeah, so both Dre and I had a little bit of a different graduation experience than most students. Ours was in 2021, so right during the pandemic, and we actually had a drive-through graduation, which was interesting. I thought it was kind of fun. I mean, it was cool to be like in a parade situation, so that was fun. But and it took off a lot of anxiety because I just had to show up and then I can leave. I didn't have to be there all day. But it would have been fun to celebrate with my friends and sit down and, go through the whole traditional proceedings of a graduation. But it was still a lot of fun being able to like drive through, have it more focused on me, stuff like that.
Yes, I would have to agree on that. The drive-through graduation, because my mom is older and she's in the 70 plus. She definitely did not want to sit for 2, 3 hours. So I think it worked out perfectly because then it was just really personal to the people who I invited, and they were able to support me for my associates. But I guess I would have more to say if it was after this Friday, since I'm getting my bachelor's of science. And but yeah, I think it was pretty good. I wish they did more because then honestly, you also had a bus of people. So if someone didn't have somebody, they had people to support them as well, being a cheer section, compared to like having an actual graduation. And then you hear like it's silent. And that's like that's the biggest thing I dislike about graduation. We should be cheering on everyone, regardless if we know them or not, and not have the silence for certain people, because then that makes them feel, unloved, possibly. So,
Yeah.
what should you do next to?
Uh, see, what was your major and why did you choose it?
Oh yeah, business. Business was my major because in 2016 I got out of the military, U.S. Army, off of Fort Carson. I was a supply specialist, and that was really what took majority of my military credits. And I did not want to start over because I wanted to make my 7.5 years of the military worth something. And honestly, in high school, people told me I would be a businessman one day because I almost actually got expelled from John F. Kennedy High School in Silver Spring, Maryland, for selling candy. Like we're talking chocolate, Reese's, M&Ms, and soda out of my locker. They had warned me multiple times, and I was just like, "Yo, I just wanted to make money since no place would hire me because I was at the time I was what 17 and I didn't have any job experiences. So I was like, okay, well, y'all don't want to hire me, I'm gonna make my own money. And then I always got expelled for it. And the one thing that saved me, I told this to my entrepreneur professor too this semester, was actually they asked me why I shouldn't get expelled, and I told them I was like, would you rather me sell drugs or sell candy? Okay, that's what I thought. So.
Yeah, that's great. So I graduated from here with my art history degree. I love art. I'm not an artist. I cannot draw to save my life, but I love learning about art and how it contributes to our world. Um, Sadly, I do not use that degree anymore, but I continued on to get my degree in human services. But I'm glad I got that degree because it gave me the foundations for a lot of things. And also I know a lot of random facts. So, which is always fun.
And I mean, with art though, it can be a lot though. I mean, it's not
Again,
just like drawing and stuff. You have
yeah.
music that can be interpreted as art. You have
Yes.
like wrestling, figure skating. Like it's a lot of stuff that can be considered art.
Yeah,
So,
exactly right.
but you're not the only one that's not in their field. Because look at me, I'm a success coach. I mean, I'm not in
Very
business.
true.
So,
Very true.
I mean, it happens. Definitely happens.
Let's see. What does having graduated college mean to you and your family?
Oh, immediate family. It was kind of big because I have my mom, dad, my sister, siblings. I'm the first to, but then out of my whole mom's side, I am the third.
Hmm.
So it's definitely like from grandpa's great grandpa, like grandmas and everybody. Like I'm the third. So I mean, it meant a lot because a lot of them now are starting to go to school because they saw that we did it, and a lot of them believe that they can do it now. It's just like how I have cousins that started their own business. And honestly, it's pushing me more towards an entrepreneurial background one day. But yeah, that's what it means now. Like it's not a barrier now because we know that it can be done. You can just have to put the time in. And it's hard being a full time worker while trying to go to school full time. I'm not even gonna lie. Like I had no social life and I was okay with it. So
Huh. You definitely have to do what you need to do to get those dreams come true. Um, I am also one of the first people in my family to graduate from college. Um, I mean, my sister tried, she didn't, college wasn't for her. And so I think it's really cool to be the first of something in your family. And it's been a lot of hard work and I wanted to quit several times. I did quit a few times, but it's great to prove to people that just because people didn't go to college in my family doesn't mean I couldn't. So yeah.
I mean, hey, failure's gonna happen. Like legit.
Hmm.
We're imperfect people, so it's gonna happen. Oh, I like this. What impact did the global COVID-19 pandemic have on your college experience?
Yeah. Well, it happened the semester before I was supposed to graduate, and I did not think that I was going to graduate,
Mm.
or the year before. Either way, I did not think I was going to graduate because of it, and I just switching to permanently online school for the last few semesters was so hard. And there were definitely times like, and because I was an art major, I was doing art projects. I had to turn in assignments that I needed to go into an art studio to do. And you can't do that when everything's shut down. So I had to do a lot of shifting and adjusting to figure that out.
Right? Yeah. It definitely the online classes definitely took me out because I forgot what math class it was. I think it was calculus. Um, and this is like I try to go to tutoring for everything. It was hard to find a tutor because most we didn't have the tutors and most of them couldn't do anything at that time. Now they are online. Outside of that, it was outside of the math online class was my thing because I was just like, oh, most of them are self-paced. I don't have a set time to do certain things. The only thing that killed was discussion. Like when I did, I think one semester I had a discussion due on Monday and then a reply due on Wednesday by Wednesday, and then other classes Tuesday and Thursday, and then one class everything was due on Friday. I was like, oh my goodness. So I have to literally come up with a tracker for everything. But I mean, it happened. I made through, and then, like I said, the best part I feel was the drive-in, because then it's not you don't have to wait, you don't have to like, because even I've seen working in graduation last year, I've seen students like panicking, like getting in their heads during graduation. And that's why we have the team that we have to keep them, motivated, inspired, um, to do what they got to do so they can walk and finish celebrating themselves. So, yeah. Ooh. What advice would you give your past self prior to attending college?
Uh, just to do it and not be afraid. It's it's hard. Um, Especially if you're super shy like I was and you don't like to interact with people. That is a big part of college is you have to talk to people. But I'm glad I did it because I don't think I would be here where I am if I didn't decide to go to college.
Yeah, I would say step outside your comfort zone. I mean, yes, I had bad experience in the military, and yes, I didn't want. Everyone knows I'm an introvert at heart, but because of my line of work and my major, I have to network. So, especially to get them the things that they need. But it's definitely just to practice stepping outside your comfort zone, and that looked like for me sitting in front of classes instead of sitting in the back. Because then when I learned when I sit in the back, I really don't care. When I'm up front, I'm focusing on the professor and not the people in front of me.
Yeah.
Um, so even if that meant, hey, I got to get to class 45 minutes early, get that front seat on the first class, that's what it was like. Uh, but yeah, it's definitely that's the one thing I would have probably give myself and save money, save all the grant money that I was getting instead of spending it.
Yeah. Sometimes that's how you get your first apartment or
Yeah,
whatever stuff. Yeah.
yeah. Oh man.
I think I would also say that it's definitely worth it. You may not think it is, and it may not be for you, but I definitely think you should try new things, which is okay. If you could change one thing about your college experience, what would it be and why?
Mm. Mm. Oh.
I think for me, probably going 2 years earlier. So even though there were some nice things that came out of the changes from COVID, I definitely think it would have, if I could do it again, I would start 2 years earlier.
Got you.
Yeah.
I would definitely say with mine, I wish I would have went to school while I was in the military because I would have been further out. I mean, but then I wouldn't have been as active as I was here once I
Yeah,
got out. So it's like it's a slippery slope. Like
it is.
so,
Yeah. Because I definitely don't think I would like have the career or the people if I didn't start when I started.
yeah,
But
actually, I got a random. It's an on spot question, but it applies with commencement.
Okay.
Do you have anything to say to the graduates? Any
Um,
tips, advice?
Try on your cap and gown like now. Like do not wait until the night before, or from personal experience, you will be looking for another gown because one size does not always mean one size fits all.
That
So
is true.
try on
That
your
is
gown.
that is true. Um, yeah, I would definitely say to take out everybody else. Like, forget everyone else. Yes, they're supporting you, but this is your day.
Yeah.
Um, a lot of people try to put emphasis, especially like on the high schoolish. Um, they put emphasis on, you know, trying to, oh, well, that's my child and this and that. Let them have their day. Let them, it's your day. Take control. You know what I'm saying? You want to go out to eat, celebrate how you want to celebrate. Don't celebrate how anybody else wants to celebrate because they're celebrating you. And you're the one that knows how you want to be celebrated in any and everything. And if you don't have a support system, hey, you're going to have people rooting for you. Like, we're going to have a team of 12 people when y'all get down there and start lining up. Y'all need stuff to help y'all out, whether it can go from toiletries to tampons to whatever, deodorant. We gonna have it all. So just take deep breaths and don't think about falling up or down the steps because a lot of people, I've had a lot of students like in Dakota Promise talking about that. Oh, I'm scared I'm gonna fall down the steps. Don't think about it. Like just take one normal steps, like you're walking up and down a regular set of steps, and you will be perfectly fine.
And
And
if you do
please do
fall,
not trip on
yeah.
your gown.
And if you do, there are going to be people to pick you right back up. So
Yes.
you'll be
Yes.
you'll be all good. And also take some time for yourself before the actual ceremony, whether that be Friday or Thursday. Just take some time to go out to get something to eat by yourself or just hang out in your own comfort. Just celebrate your own accomplishments by yourself.
Okay. Okay. And so I guess this is the end.
Yeah.
I'm gonna let you do it this time since I always did it. I'm gonna let
Okay.
you do it.
All right. Well, I guess this might be our last time. So, mom's out.